will hear me preach this on my YouTube channel all the time about this wheel right here and the design of this wheel. Very, very happy with them, and I can't say enough about this wheel and this company. And there's no crusting. We get even emergence, and that's what helps us win these contests. You know, I hold the Alabama dryland record today, 322 bushels. We compete in Tennessee too. We win up there all the time. This wheel is just another tool in the toolbox that helps us stack these trophies on the one.
We're here at the National Farm Machinery Show in Louisville, Kentucky, 2024. And I've got Eric Reed here from Elor, Tennessee. Okay. And would you explain, you've got a YouTube channel that
I do. I have my own YouTube channel. It's called the Crop Critic. And I compete in the NCGA all the time. And I also plant 3 different crops. Corn, cotton, soybeans. So I had to find a closing system that would be, I don't know, not really adjustable, but variable to work in all 3 crops.
Yeah.
And, you know, most of my guys in my area run the cotton closing system, or there is one spike, one rubber. It doesn't do a real good job, because with cotton, here's where the fine line is. You plant cotton 3/4 inch deep. First knuckle, no deeper. You can actually move that seed around in that trench, or actually flick seed out if you get too much of an aggressiveness. So
this wheel will do it.
It's this. You will hear me preach this on my YouTube channel all the time about this wheel right here and the design of this wheel. And what sets this wheel apart from everybody else's is this swept back design.
Yep.
This wheel is sitting in here about this angle right here to the ground. It's engaging the soil this way, but it's pushing the material this way. Then when it releases the ground, it's actually tilling the ground a little bit, but it doesn't disturb that sidewall. And that's what sets it apart. And you can actually, and I get the comment all the time, what is wrong with your planter? Because my crops never come up in a straight line. But if your crops come up in a straight line, you've done it wrong.
Really?
Yes, because my corn, you'll actually, when it goes up, there'll be one here, there'll be one here, one here, or they won't all be perpendicular. If you see them perpendicular, that means you sliced that ground.
Okay.
You created a highway.
Yeah.
And you haven't closed that sidewall up. All that's still there.
Wow.
So this is the only wheel on the market that will do that. And guys, you know, I've got 4 other name brand closing wheels on my planter, and I say all the time, you know, these do just as good a job, if not better, than the competitors over here. And these are like 280 or how much?
250 a row.
250 a row.
Yeah.
250 a row versus $1,000 to $1,300 a row. I know which one I'm going to choose, and I also shared this wheel with some guys I've been mentoring this year. And every one of them swapped their planters over to it.
Wow.
I took them. I had about 3 or 4 extra rows of these at the house.
Yeah.
And I took these to them. And I said, put 1 row on your planter. You'll call me back. And first day they went to the field, they called me back. They said, see exactly what you're talking about. That thing is awesome. And it just does a phenomenal job. The reason we went with this design instead of like being on a traditional wheel like this is our soils are really red, high clay content.
It is.
Nothing will stick to this wheel. Nothing. I mean, it just stays super clean, and you've got the weight. You don't have to lock that T-handle all the way down. You've got weight here.
Yeah.
And that's why we went with this design. We've been running them 3 years now. The longevity of them is great. There's absolutely no wear on them. Wow. Very, very happy with them. And Mr. Paul's been excellent to work with from day one. And I just can't say enough about this wheel and this company. And, you know, I run drag chains behind my planter. You don't have to run drag chains. I do. It's sort of my last last-ditch effort of closing that trench. Because we all know we'll go through that one little wet pocket, one little corner, and then we slice the ground and we don't get the trench closed. So that drag chain drags on. This is tilling the soil again. So you're creating a little pile of dirt back here that you're pulling along. And you fill in that trench as you go with that drag chain. And to me, this, with the drag chain, can't beat it.
Nate, talk a little bit about that seed trench after you've closed it with ours.
Yeah, how I try to show these closing wheels to a guy is like this spring. I had a couple guys that mentored me. I mentor them, and I took two sets of these zippers with me, and I give them to them, and I said, just put one row of them. Call me back, tell me what you see. And every one of them calls me back and says, hey, I should have put the whole planter row. Back to me talking a while ago about that corn not coming up in a straight row. I'll actually raise that drag chain up that I've got up on it, tied up, and go up through there, say 100 foot or so, and I'll get off. And we do this every farm 2 or 3 times a day, but we'll try to we'll take our fingers, just our fingers alone, and we will actually rake across that seed, but across where the gauge wheels is run, and the closing wheel, and all that, we'll rake, and you will find no presence of that seed trench visible nowhere. That's what's it's actually kind of like you're tilling the soil, but it's firming it up. It's not so loose it's going to wash away. It's just the right amount of pressure, but it's so loose that you just get so even emerges. And like I said, I get knocked all the time. I can put one picture on Facebook of a stand of corn, and people are like, you can't plant a straight row. The rows are straight, the corn's just not straight because it has come up. You don't never turn growing corn the same way. So I'll have one come up this way, one come up this way. If you ever see that corn in a straight line, you've done a poor job. That is a tattletale sign that seed trench is still there because you have created a straight pathway for that corn to emerge. And you'll have uneven emergence. You'll have late emergence. You're just not going to do a good job. And that zipper has allowed us a lot more flexibility in the corn, especially in the cotton, because cotton is not forgiving. I mean, you do it wrong and you're going to do it over. You don't, there's no mistakes there.
And we found too that crusting isn't a problem behind this.
No, and that's
either.
I got a lot
even if you get a hard break.
Everybody said, "Oh, it's going to crust over when you put one of them drag chains." I've never had any crusting issues. Never. You're not firming the ground. You're not rolling a wheel over it, sealing it off. That is still loose. There is no air. Air cannot get in there. Now, I have had a lot of guys say, "Well, you've tilled it. It's going to dry out." No, because I'm dragging that drag chain, and it's sort of like just shellacking the top. And there's no crusting. We get even emergence, and that's what helps us win these contests. I hold the Alabama dryland record today, 322 bushels. We compete in Tennessee too. We win up there all the time. We focus nothing on high management, high yield stuff in the corn world, and we carry it over into the bean world. We do it too, and this wheel is just another tool in the toolbox that helps us stack these trophies on the line.
Nate, thank you.